So when it comes to used, Moon, you will be my customer. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moon, you have chosen a MOTORTREND certified vehicle. By definition, a certified vehicle is a better, more reliable, and safer vehicle than a non-certified vehicle. Now, we've got a unique proposition here for you. We're one of 80 MOTORTREND certified stores in the entire country. There's only 3 in North Carolina. What's unique about it is we've got the ability to certify any vehicle we choose to. Now, if you go to a Honda store, they can only certify Hondas. You go to a Chevy store, they can certify GM products. You go to a Mazda store, they can certify Mazdas. You're at a Ford store, we can certify anything we choose to. And like I said, a certified vehicle is better, more reliable, and safer. The question would be, why, right?
Why?
Okay. The reason why is we put it through a thorough inspection. All right? See all these red check marks? Moon, each one of these check marks could indicate money we spent on this vehicle. Because if something doesn't pass, we have an obligation to MOTORTREND and our consumers to make sure it's better and more reliable. So we spend more money on our vehicles than most dealerships do. Now, every dealer is going to tell you they inspect their vehicles, but all inspections are not created equal, Moon. In the state of North Carolina, by law, every dealer has to inspect a used vehicle before they can retail it. But those are safety inspections. Do the headlights work? Do the taillights work? Do the blinkers work? Does it start? Does it steer? Does it stop? And then they're done with it. Because if they can't certify it, they're not going to invest any money in the vehicle. And by the way, oftentimes we'll take in a trade, and so much is wrong with it, it would be so expensive to fix, we send it to the auction. You know where it ends up?
You just call that.
Other lots. In fact, if you've been shopping for any length of time, you may have seen some of our rejects out there. Now, the dealer won't tell you it's a reject, but because they don't have to inspect them, they can retail them. We have to inspect them thoroughly. Then we recondition it up to nearly new. Moon, when you're buying a used vehicle, there are 3 big-time risks that you're taking, okay? Well, that's for other people, because we're going to eliminate almost all the risks for you. Risk number 1 is you don't want to buy somebody else's problem, do you?
No, sir.
No, you're not going to here. First of all, our inspection and reconditioning process should take care of any issues. But you know what? We're human. We might miss something. So we are also going to provide you a 6-month, 7,500-mile warranty that covers most of the mechanical workings of that vehicle. Does it cover the powertrain? Yes. Also covers the seals and gaskets, which is the only wear item that's covered. Does it cover the transmission? Of course it does. But we're also going to cover the power seat motor and the power window actuator and your sound system. We're going to cover your front and rear suspension. This warranty right here is not quite a bumper to bumper, but it's going to cover most of the mechanical workings of that vehicle. It's subject to a small deductible, and it's good at any service facility in the U.S. or Canada that employs certified technicians. And the way it works is the company will pay the service facility directly. All you do is come out of pocket with a small deductible. Also comes with 6 months of roadside assistance. So Moon, when it comes to the risk of buying somebody else's problem, it isn't here. It is, you can mark it off your worry list. Because of the inspection, reconditioning process, and warranty, you are covered. There is no risk of you buying somebody else's problem. But there are other risks. For example, chances are you'll pick out the right vehicle, but you don't want to get stuck with the vehicle if it turns out to be the wrong vehicle, do you?
No, sir.
Well, how can it be wrong? You might take it off this lot, and we're going to give you 3 days to figure this out. We call it our 3-day test drive. During the first 3 days, if you decide that it's not the right color, if you decide that the seat doesn't fit you quite right, if you decide you want different accessories, if you decide, or if your dog decides it doesn't like it, It doesn't matter what the reason is. During the first 3 days, we ask that you don't put more than 300 additional miles on the odometer, and we ask that you bring it back in the same condition, but you can bring it back. Not for a refund, but you can bring it back and exchange it for another. And Moon, that is not like trading it in. Any dealer will let you trade it back in during the first 3 days, but when that happens, you take a huge financial loss. With us, you don't lose a single penny. And yes, sir, that policy is in writing. So, X off getting stuck with the wrong vehicle off your worry list. The last worry, and I don't know if you have it or not, well, I'll just ask you, do you worry about paying a car dealer too much for a vehicle?
All the time.
Everybody does. What I'm going to say next is going to sound a little crazy, Moon, but it's literally impossible for you to pay too much for one of our MOTORTREND certified vehicles. Now, how can that be? Well, look, our price had to be attractive or you wouldn't be here, but you're probably wondering, could somebody else somewhere else do better on a similar vehicle, right?
Right.
That's your job as a consumer. You want to get the best deal you can get, and we appreciate that. That's why, in writing, we're going to guarantee that you will not find a better deal anywhere in the USA. Once you take delivery, you can take 5 days, 120 hours, pop a couple Adderalls if you so desire, stay up all night. But you can search any other website in Graham, North Carolina, or the state of North Carolina, or the East Coast, Southeast, Northeast, Midwest, Southwest, Far West, Alaska, Hawaii. Search them in Idaho, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. If you find a similar vehicle to the one you buy from us, and it's advertised for a lower price and it comes with the same benefits we offer, Moon, all you have to do is point that website out to us. And if it's an apples to apples comparison, and it's advertised for a lower price, we will cheerfully cut you a check back for the difference. So risk number 3, paying too much. X that off your worry list. But we're not going to stop there. We're also going to lower your cost of ownership. During the first 3 years, your first 3 oil changes and tire rotations, about $300 plus worth, we're going to pay for those. And let me tell you why we're going to pay for them. We're not a charitable outfit. We're in business to stay in business. We've been in business for 60 years, and there's a reason for that. We've got a terrific service department. You don't know that. We're willing to pay you to use our service department with the deep-seated belief that once you experience it 3 times, you'll keep on using it. But that's going to lower your cost of ownership. We're not going to stop there. This vehicle has been treated with Resistol, both inside and out. It's a paint sealant, ceramic based, that is going to protect your paint from environmental damage. Moon, it used to be the factories, when someone bought a new car, they would warranty the paint against environmental damage. It didn't matter whether it was a Ford or a Mercedes-Benz or a Rolls-Royce. Now, none of them do it. They stopped in 1979, and they stopped in 1979 for a good reason. In 1978, the federal government mandated that all lead be taken out of all paint. And when you take lead out of paint, it makes it softer and less durable, more susceptible to damage from the sun, from acid rain, industrial fallout, hard water spots, bird droppings, tree sap, things that devalue your vehicle. The interior we're going to coat and guarantee against stains and small rips and tears. What this is going to do for you, Moon, it means your vehicle is going to stay better looking longer, which is important, both inside and out. But most importantly, it's going to help reduce your total investment in this vehicle. You know, everybody's worried about the price they pay, and the price they pay is important. That's why we guarantee it. But the way the automotive investment equation works, it's what you pay today plus what it costs you to own. We're going to reduce that cost for you, minus what you get for it when you trade or sell it. You can literally, if the paint's in great condition and the interior's in great condition, you can get $2,000 or $3,000 more for it than a similar vehicle, year, make, model, trim level, that doesn't have paint protection, that doesn't have an interior protection. So when you buy a MOTORTREND certified vehicle, Moon, we're going to reduce your risk. You don't need to worry about buying somebody else's problem. You don't need to worry about paying too much. You don't need to worry about being stuck with the wrong vehicle. And we're going to reduce your cost of ownership, and we're going to increase the resale value, which is going to bring your total investment down. Now, put on top of that it's a better, more reliable, and safer vehicle, you really can't go wrong, can you?
No, sir.
That's the story.